Prince Harry has been criticized for voicing his support for war-torn Ukraine while attending a naval-gazing award ceremony in Hollywood with celebrities, as one royal historian urged more action and fewer words from the Duke of Sussex. Prince Harry voiced his concern and solidarity for the Ukrainian people when he attended the NAACP award ceremony in Hollywood last weekend. The Duke of Sussex told the packed room of celebrities that the people in Ukraine urgently need our continued support as a global community. However, royal historian Dr Tessa Dunlop has said that while Harry is often a force for good, his Ukrainian intervention came across as insensitive and navel-gazing. Dr Dunlop told Palace Confidential on MailPlus that Harry and his wife Meghan Markle were a bit behind the curve this week. She said, "I genuinely have no issue with the pair, I think they do good work. They have certainly been acknowledged for their work with this award. But I found the whole Hollywood aspect of the event, given what was going on in Ukraine, a bit insensitive. That is not their fault, that is Hollywood in its own kind of love bubble." Host Joe Elvin said, "But they could have had a word about it maybe." The royal commentator responded, "They could have toned it down a bit because there was Harry in his tux and he went 'We all stand by Ukraine.' I thought I want you to do more in this instance, Harry. Give us something. A lot of people are feeling impotent, and it felt fewer words and more action in this moment I wanted from Harry." There he was slightly navel-gazing, saying he was meant to be with his wife because together they understand injustice and they listen to people who are not listened to. It jarred for me, slightly. Although I think they are generally a force for the good, it felt like they were behind the curve on this. Yet despite the Duke's sincerity, his advice didn't cut it with many watching. It's very difficult for me to take this man seriously or be inspired by him when his actions towards his family for instance have been so utterly lacking in compassion and consideration. Not someone I can, or want to, look to as a role model in any way whatsoever, said Gia Gordon. He should take his own advice, start working towards apologizing to his family. Prince Harry, you don't come across as a nice person. Please stop lecturing people," advised one commenter. "A lazy bum unable to do any real work tells us what and how things really are in this world. How boring it is. Go away, Harry. The only people who need you are your secants and journalists, to the rest of the world you're nothing with a title," said another. "I recommend everyone watch the ex-prince of the realm make an even bigger fool of himself." Lol. The laughter from Buckingham Palace was heard across the Atlantic tonight, added one user. "If Harry spent less time dissecting life and just lived it honestly he might succeed," advised Simone Ryan. One Twitter user, Matthew Colkin from Texas, who claims to be an immigration lawyer, appeared to take issue with the prince's immigration status in the U.S. and questioned how he was able to live in the country legally. Any immigration officer who is not giving Prince Harry preferential treatment would ask him about his admitted drug use, would find him inadmissible to the United States, and would refuse his admission, Colkin tweeted. "I handle these type of cases on a near-daily basis. If Prince Harry was part of the unwashed masses he would be permanently barred from the country," he wrote as part of a series of fanatical tweets. In May last year, the prince admitted to taking drugs and regularly drinking a week's worth of alcohol in one day to mask the pain of his mother, Princess Diana's death. "I was willing to drink, I was willing to take drugs, I was willing to try and do the things that made me feel less like I was feeling," the Duke admitted in a television interview. He did not specify which drugs he had taken. When he was 17, Harry was reportedly sent to rehab by his father Prince Charles after he was caught smoking cannabis. St. James's Palace confirmed last year that Harry had experimented with the drug on several occasions, but he said he was not a regular user. Colkin posted a series of tweets obsessing over the prince's current status.